Don't mind the screenshot you're seeing right now. We've been asked to start interviewing guests and everything, and I'm basically trying to figure out how to set up the software and all that. As you can see, we can have one person in one side and another person another one, kind of like a Zoom meeting, except better. They can call in via phone. If they turn out to be one of these creeps, I can shut them off. Got more control over it. Although we might go to Zoom too. I don't know. Right now, I just, it's kind of hard teaching an old dog new tricks. So we're experimenting here. If you got any better ideas and if you want to be a guest, let me know. But today, I want to talk about something different. Lady sent me a tweet here a minute ago. Non-blonde country girl. From Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. In Texas, we do really big, really bold things. He says the Texas Stock Exchange is a historic challenge to Wall Street that could benefit Texans for generations. So we do big things here, huh, Lieutenant Governor? Let me show you something. Let me pull this over here real quick. Y'all bear with me. I hadn't planned on doing this, but it's be a good time to hit it. Yesterday I released an article. Somebody y'all familiar with. Somebody running to represent you in the Texas State Senate. And I really like this this wording down here. Right here, the Texas Attorney General's Office, the state's chief law enforcement agency responsible for enforcing Texas' own labor and employment laws, has spent nearly $27 million of public money since 2015 on contracts with staffing vendors that are themselves active H-1B sponsors. An arrangement is still running today. This isn't a claim that any of these contracts were improperly awarded. OAG's procurement records show the bulk went through competitive bidding. It's a claim about where the money actually ends up. When a state agency outsources IT staff augmentation to a vendor, it isn't hiring Texans directly. And at least 14 of these vendor relationships is contracting with firms that source a meaningful share of their technical labor through the guest worker visa system on the state's own dime, inside the very office that is supposed to be Texas watchdog on these issues. In plain English, what's that mean? It means us Texans, I don't care if you're brown, white, yellow, purple, pink, polka dotted, whatever, you ain't getting hired. They're importing guest workers from other countries, primarily India. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, Virgil, you can't prove that. Well, yeah, I can prove that. Let's go up here to guest worker visas. Show you how to do this for you guys and gals. Go down to other programs and search it. I got many different views here. I can prove everything I say. Presidential Job Creation Scorecard. This data will be updated Friday, by the way, if you want to see the latest data. We scroll all the way down here to the bottom. We can see that since January 2007, native-born job gains, that's you Americans now, have got 54.6%. Foreign-born job gains are 45.4%. So every time Governor Abbott goes out there and said we created 15,000 or 15 million or whatever, 150 million, keep in mind that Texans aren't getting all those jobs. This changed substantially last month when the data come out. It was something like 49% American and 51% foreign born. And it'll change again Friday. I can't predict what it is because I don't have access to the data till it comes out. But this is what's happening, folks. We are not giving the jobs to the Texans that desperately need it. And the person that's responsible for overseeing all this stuff, his own Texas state agency, as you just saw, is willfully depriving Texans of jobs. Something wrong with that. That's why I run against him for the Senate. I lost. I knew I'd lose, so it wasn't no big thing. I run to show you what I'm showing you right now. And every day he goes out and puts his foot in his mouth is another day that he's closer to losing. Now, the sad thing is that Tallarico, guys, is bad or worse. So we're basically adrift like a horse without a rider, or a ship without a driver, whatever you want to call it, adrift at sea. We've been since Cornyn's been in there. We've been since Cruz has been in there. When are we going to elect somebody that's going to put Texas and Texans first? Don't you think it's time? Yeah, that camera on the right's driving me crazy because it's got a lag in it. I'm going to have to buy another camera, I guess. But anyway, I wanted to test this out, and I wanted to show you this stuff. As always, let me try one more thing here. See if it'll show up. Yeah, it does, barely. Call me Virgil the Jobs Guy. Like, share, subscribe. You can find me at Twitter or on YouTube under V. Beerswell. And folks, I'm just an old guy on Social Security. If you can afford to donate, I'd appreciate it. Hey, I make $1,419 a month, and I work pretty much 24/7 on this stuff. So I think Texans deserve a better future than what the lieutenant governor and the attorney general and all the other state agency managers, directors, whatever the hell they want to call themselves, are giving them. And I'm going to do what I can to expose it. I appreciate your help. Thank you.